This weekend took a very dramatic, unexpected turn. Good morning everyone and welcome to a brand new weekly vlog. Just in case you're new around here, my name is Astrid and I vlog every single week of my life. This is week number 28. What did you all get up to this weekend? I had such a lovely homey weekend. I haven't had a weekend at home in so long and I don't think I'm going to for a while. So I was just really soaking it up. I did a massive declutter, you will have seen towards the end of last week's video. And this week I'm actually going to do hopefully several more because I'm in Norwich next week, house sitting for my mum. So I'm going to film loads this week, so I've got loads to edit next week. Or that's the plan anyway, but these things tend to get derailed. Speaking of derailed, over the weekend while I was having a big deep clean of the kitchen, Charlie looked out of the window and saw someone stealing someone else's car. So within 10 minutes we had 2 police officers in the flat. We were giving like witness statements because I'd actually seen the guy earlier that day and thought that he was being a bit strange, but like he hadn't been doing anything worth like reporting. I just, you know, when you just have like a weird feeling about someone. Charlie had taken a video, so the police took the video of him and they were taking statements off both of us, and I was thinking, oh my god, this is taking such a dramatic turn. I had bin bags everywhere, I had all my cleaning products out on the side, but yeah, I don't know the outcome, but hopefully we were able to help, because having my car stolen is like one of my worst fears. You like, maybe not worst fears, that sounds really extreme, but like I have a really irrational fear every time I go into like a shop, like, and I'm going to be 2 minutes. Whenever I'm in a rush to go somewhere else, I always think, oh, this would be a really inconvenient time for my car to get stolen. But anyway, that's that. Today the sun is shining for once, and a few weeks ago I said to you guys that I need to start putting more effort into my Instagram again. Ever since I picked up this YouTube channel in such a big way earlier this year, I love doing YouTube so much, but ultimately like Instagram is my job and I've been really neglecting it. So we're taking advantage of the good weather and Maria and I are going out today to shoot a few little summer outfits. We're hoping to only be out for a few hours, but yeah, it just feels like quite a nice way to ease ourselves into the week and enjoy the nice weather. And I suspect I might get a little iced coffee along the way as well, so any excuse really. If you've ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes of Instagram photos, this is it for me. Just a big box of clothes in the boot of my car, and then I use the car as a changing room. It's all very glamorous. Every single time we walk past this flower shop, I just think it is so stunning. It's actually a supermarket, isn't it?
I've brought flowers from here before and they were the most expensive flowers I think I've ever bought in my life. And they weren't a big bunch.
No.
They're
so stunning,
yeah,
though.
really
Every
nice.
single time, like they do such pretty arrangements.
Like this bouquet is £65. That's...
I love flowers, don't get me wrong, but that is so excessive.
Yeah, I'd rather a £65 coffee gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love flowers, but when it gets
£5
to like
bunch from Sainsbury's. Literally.
yeah, when it gets to those kind of prices, I just think they are gonna die.
Yeah. Like a Lidl do like £5 like roses, and they literally last like 2 weeks.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, Charlie quite often gets me like a bunch of tulips from the
£5.
supermarket, and
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, we've got our little coffees. I feel like I haven't just had a plain and simple vanilla iced latte in ages.
See, I just get oat milk iced latte.
Yeah,
I never
this is
get, I
soy
haven't
milk.
had syrup now in years.
I keep getting like, oh yeah.
It made me too... Do you remember the first time I ever had it? Oh my god, it makes me crazy. So I've never even had an energy drink.
You know when you're younger and someone tells you that something you're drinking's got alcohol in it and you start acting a bit drunk?
I was crazy. But you know what it is? It's Amy the other day described me as, after we had this social interaction, she described me as having been wound up at the back and let go.
I wound Maria up at the back and let her go at an event the other day.
And she let me go.
And then I watched what happened.
And I'll never live it down.
She was just sort of like filling silence, which I love about you. I think it's so good that you are so able to do that.
Usually I do a really good job of it, like with coherent conversation.
That's
the
the
problem
key.
is someone was too good looking for me to have coherent conversation. Okay.
Her brain fell out of her head. It was incredible to watch. We are on our third and final outfits of today's shoot, and I saw online yesterday that Greggs had brought out a chicken katsu bake.
In here we go.
Oh, will we? Yeah. Is it on this side? I'm very disappointed, but we're going to try it if we can find the Greggs. You'll be pleased to know we found the Greggs. It was confusing because it's inside Victoria Coach Station. We just filmed a little taste test for TikTok, but we managed to get them. We literally got the last 2. They're good.
Yeah, like, yeah.
It's not like my favourite thing I've ever eaten, but like, I'd eat it.
Pastry's nice.
Oh.
Like,
If they'd run out of sausage rolls, I'd definitely get this again.
Not dry.
No, it's not dry because it's got the katsu sauce.
Well done to them.
Well, yeah, I'd say that's a success. Right, I'm home from the shoot now, and I actually have someone coming over for a meeting in my office in about 15 minutes. But I obviously did some declutters over the weekend, and so there is stuff from that all over my desk, and now I need to tidy it up very quickly. Does anyone else have like one set task that they do right at the beginning of cleaning something that just kind of sets them in the right mood? For me, it's sometimes lighting a candle, but in here, whenever I'm tidying, I always make sure to do the sofa first. I don't know why. I think because it's like an easy task, it kind of gives me the illusion that I'm getting things done. Look, see? So much better. When I was doing that declutter, I found so much stuff that I didn't even know I had. Like these earrings that I thought I'd like left on holiday or something, but they were just in the bottom of a handbag. And there have been a few times recently where I thought, God, it would be really handy to have like something kind of similar to what I have on, which is just my gold hoops that I wear most days, but like slightly elevated. And I was considering buying something really similar to those earrings, but it turns out I literally already own it. That's a win if you ask me. I also found loads of printer paper because I used to keep the printer in there, but I don't own a printer anymore. So now I'm like, it'd be silly to get rid of the paper, wouldn't it? Like paper is something that will always come in handy, but will it? Plain white paper? Like when was the last time I used plain white paper? Some of it's crumpled. I think if it's really crumpled, I'm going to recycle it. Otherwise, I'll keep it for now. Because also, if I get another printer, then that's one less thing I have to buy. Good morning, guys. Look who I've got home with me today. Ding! Charlie's temp job has ended, so he is at home for a little while. Don't know how long.
Don't know how long.
Figure it out. But so today I've roped him into helping me film some things. I've got several things I need to film.
She came into the living room whilst I was just sort of job looking. Can you help me? Well, can you film me roly-poly into the back of my car? Like,
I've got a vision.
It's just things that you have to deal with when you are with a social media person.
I've got a vision.
No.
I'm just trying to set the shot up. Thank you. Or should I just sort of dive in? Do you reckon? I don't think there's enough space for me to do a roly-poly. Vision complete. It is the end of the workday now, and we were supposed to be having these flatbread things for dinner. You've seen me do them before. They're like roasted Mediterranean veg and halloumi, and I just can't really be asked to get that hot because they have to go in the oven for so long, and it's so hot today. So we're gonna go on a picky bits expedition instead, and we're gonna get the picky bits spread to end all picky bits spreads. What's a picky bits essential for you?
Meat of some sort.
Okay, yeah, mine's a bit controversial. I like it when it's a good mixture of hot and cold. Like, I don't like my picky bits to be just cold food. I like something from the oven.
Do we really want our kitchen to be any hotter than it currently is?
Just a little bit. We can do it in the air fryer.
28.6 degrees.
It's hot.
But lucky enough, we were really clever actually. We shut the windows, we shut the curtains.
Yeah, to be fair, the flat could be a lot worse, but you know what is going to be stunning? The aircon in the car.
Sick.
See you at the other end. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to film in the car because I intend to have the aircon on full whack, so you wouldn't be able to hear me. Okay, we are back now, and that took way longer than we thought because I've got like a fob to get into my car park, and the battery on the fob ran out, so we physically could not get back into the house. Well, we could get into the house, but we couldn't park the car, and I can't just ditch the car on the road, unfortunately. So actually now we are way too hungry to just have picky bits for dinner, so we bought some burgers. Charlie has very kindly offered to make burgers for us, but we did buy picky bits, and we're gonna have a picky bits lunch tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. So they had some really interesting looking stuff in M&S, so I thought I'd just show you what we got. They had like a deal that was it 3 for £8?
Yeah.
So we got 6.
So you got the whole shop.
Look, you have to try these things. We'll say it's for content, but really it's just for me. Well, and Charlie, I will share.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy is a great sharer.
Do you think?
No.
That's mean. So basically, obviously you know the concept of picky bits, but M&S always just like elevate it slightly. So I went for some things that sounded like classics and then also some things that sounded a bit weird, just because you never know, they might be my new fave. First thing I got, this is a classic, handcrafted 6 chorizo and gouda tapas bites. So it's like meat and cheese and olives on sticks. Always a winner. Then I got the Mediterranean bolognese arancini, which is, I love arancini, but it's normally hot, so, oh, you can heat it up. I don't know if you have to, but yeah, alright. We're gonna heat these up. Oh, in the air fryer. That'd be so good. Okay, this is another hot one. It's the pepperoni calzones. Calzones? Calzone? I don't know. But yeah, these are to be heated up as well, so they sounded nice. And then I got some prawn toast wheels. I have like a weak spot for prawn toast. I just love it. Got these for the oven as well. Loads of these you heat up. This is for the oven as well. Oh my god, why did you heat all of them up? I mean, that's fine with me. And then 4 spiced chicken naan bites. I thought these looked insane, yeah. And then lastly, 8 feta filled falafels. I love feta cheese, and I'm going through a bit of a falafel phase. So yeah, that's everything we got, and I'm very excited to have all those for lunch tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will hold up and it will still feel like summer enough for a Picky Bits lunch.
Yeah, I mean, talking about falafel, now I've left the job that I was in, I can actually say like the location. So with London Bridge, there's 2 places, and I used to go to one that's right by Borough Market.
Oh yeah.
And it's called All That Falafel, and it was insane. So genuinely,
every time you sent me pictures, I was like, oh my god, that looks mental.
If you're ever around sort of Borough Market, London Bridge, give it a go.
You'd have a falafel wrap, wouldn't you?
Yeah, medium falafel wrap, and then they used to say chili, and get the chili with it. Like, fantastic. Yeah, I am gonna miss having that for lunch, to be fair.
Yeah, but well, tomorrow you're gonna have feta filled falafels for lunch. So, God, you can put them in the oven as well. I've only ever eaten falafel cold. All right, well, a hot meze board. There was, I can't remember where we were once, but we were picking from a menu, me and the girls. Abby read the word meze and said, are we going to get the hot maize? And ever since then, whenever I hear the word meze, my brain like also corrects it to maize.
I think
so we're going to have some hot maize.
Anything that Abby says, it just isn't surprising. She's
just one of my favourite people on the planet. Abby Nunn, if you don't know who I'm talking about and you want to watch her videos, she makes weekly vlogs as well, and I love watching them. They literally fill me with joy.
She's such a lovely person as well. Have you spoken about us going to see Deadpool?
That was in last week's vlog. We went to see Deadpool. What did you think of Deadpool?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Good.
Brilliant. One of the best movies that's come out this year, I think.
I'm absolutely thrilled because, as I said, next week we're going to be in Norwich, house sitting for my mum, and the Odeon in Norwich has just become an Odeon Lux, and that means that the seats recline and stuff, and I'm buzzing because Norwich Odeon has needed a refurb for so long.
There is definitely a difference in experience.
Oh, absolutely.
I
go further afield to go to an Odeon Lux because
if you guys ever get to go to an Odeon Lux.
Odeon Lux is elite.
It is a little bit more expensive, but we've got Odeon Limitless.
Yes, it works out quite well. But the fact that there's a Lux in Norwich now, that is a game changer, because I used to every time I'd go to Norwich Cinema, I'd be like, why am I so upright? I want to recline. When you're used to reclining in a cinema, which is a very nice problem to have, when you then don't, last time we went and watched something in Norwich, I felt like we were sitting on an aeroplane. I was like, why am I on an aeroplane right now? Sorry, look at this burger. I'm so excited. You can't really see it very well, but just trust me, this looks absolutely banging. And Charlie put some mayo on the side for my chips and then just made it touch one chip because he knows it upsets me when my condiments touch my food. But I won't complain too much because he did make the meal, which, you know, earns him some points. Good morning, everyone. Oh, my hair actually does look, oh, I can't speak. My hair actually does look quite good, but it's not, I air wrapped it this morning and whenever I air wrap it, it feels lovely. Like, you can really tell that I've not like added heat damage to it today, like and it feels very like blow dry smooth, which I love, but it just doesn't really seem to hold a curl. There is a bit of shape to it though, so it's not the end of the world. And like, Maria uses the air wrap most days and her hair holds so well. She has magic hair follicles, I'm convinced. So I've seen it with my eyes and it works so well for her, but for me, I just cannot get it to, this side's a bit curlier than this side. Don't know. But anyway, I've had a bra fitting this morning, a virtual bra fitting, which I was very nervous about, but it was absolutely fine. Turns out I'm wearing very much the wrong size bra, as are most women, I think the stat is. So I'm excited to get some that actually fit me. And this morning I've made an adult purchase, actually 2 adult purchases. Basically, we've decided to do like a little bit of a bedroom makeover to try and make it a little bit of a calmer place to be. So we've ordered a completely plain white duvet set, and we've also ordered a spot cleaner tool thing that I don't think will feature in this vlog because I don't think it'll get here in time, but next week I get to play with that, and you know you're getting old when that is like super exciting. Oh my god, it won't even be next week because I'm going to be in Norwich. It's going to be the following week. That's so upsetting.
I could bring it to Norwich.
I'm not going to use it on my mum's house, am I? My mum's house is spotless.
Yeah, true.
Well, my mum's ringing me now, actually. Yeah, so what I was saying was we're going to do a little bit of a bedroom makeover over the next sort of few weeks. Nothing drastic, actually kind of the opposite of drastic. We're like really stripping it back just because we've both been quite stressed recently, and it just sounds quite nice to have like a really calm bedroom space. So that's what we're doing. And what was I just going to say? Oh yeah, so I spun the declutter wheel hoping to get one in the bedroom to help with the efforts, but it's just come up with my makeup bag, which is a bit annoying, but I really do need to clean my makeup brushes, so I'm not going to put it off anymore. I'm just getting on with it.
It's the amount of times that Amy's gone on about cleaning those bloody brushes.
I've been waiting for them to come off on the wheel, but I've been waiting like
yeah, but at the same time you have been saying to me, I need to clean my brushes, I need to clean my brushes.
Yeah.
And you've never actually said to me, I'm waiting for it to come up on the wheel. You've
just...
I'm
always waiting for it to come up on the wheel.
Yeah, but... yeah.
But I'm going to clean them today. Today's the day. I'm going to do it right now.
And we get to spend all day together.
Aww.
I want to throw up.
This is my current makeup bag that I use every day. As you can see, stuff from my hair bag is kind of spilled into it. I like sit on the floor here and do it with this mirror. But like I said, the makeup brushes are absolutely disgusting. You'll have to watch the declutter to see just how bad they are. So I've got a little goo pot thing and some Isoclean. I actually really hate how my hair looks. Am I gonna have to redo my hair? I've got like a whole day of filming today. I know it really doesn't matter to anyone except me, but yeah. I've never used Isoclean before. I got it from TikTok shop. Apparently it's really good for cleaning makeup brushes, so I need to get like an old towel out as well, and I think that's everything I need. So I will show you one brush just for comparison's sake, because the rest of this will be filmed for TikTok. This is my bronzer brush. It is like caked, it's grim, it's meant to be that colour. I'm gonna go and do the declutter now, and at the end of the declutter you'll see what this brush looks like. Spoiler alert, hopefully not like this. This is that makeup brush. Oh my god. On camera it looks like it's got a bit more of like a shadow to it. In person it looks like perfectly clean, but either way, Jesus, what a difference. I'm still halfway through doing that declutter. I'm being such a perfectionist about it. I'm really cleaning everything. But it's time for lunch. And you know what that means. Picky bits, baby. Look at that for presentation. Charlie laid them all out. They look so cute. This is so beige and I am so here for it. Okay, this is everything that's going back in. So I've sorted out all the brushes that I'm keeping in there. There are 3 that I'm gonna put in my makeup storage, which is still very much on the declutter wheel. And then in terms of makeup product, I've got my SPF, a primer. I actually don't love this primer. I prefer the MAC Studio Radiance, but this is MAC Studio Fix. It's just a bit too matte for me. And then I've got my 2 different concealers, 1 foundation, and then 2 little sample pots that are quite different shades, so that I can kind of try and match myself by combining them. I really like this foundation at the minute, by the way. It is the Clinique Even Better Clinical foundation. It's just really nice. Then I've got like my cream contour stick, my cream blush, and then I use a translucent powder. This is just from Revolution. It was so cheap and it's so good. MAC bronzer, MAC highlight, Kiko, no, this is blush, Kiko highlight. These are the 3 products I've been using on my brows lately. I always love Benefit brow stuff. This is Pomade, and so it's basically just brow pomade. So I use that with a brush, and then sometimes I put Gimme Brow through it, which is like a brow like gel that is tinted if I want them to look a bit fluffier. If I can't be arsed with that, then I go with this one, which is the 24-hour brow setter. This is like a clear gel, it's really good. Then for eyes, I've been using a lot of my Kylie Cosmetics Blue Honey palette. This is discontinued like ages ago, and as you can see, it's very grubby because it's very well loved, but it's just a classic to me, and the day that runs out I will be gutted. And then I've been using that Benefit Fan Fest mascara I think I told you about earlier, an Urban Decay liner, a Clinique liquid liner, and then for a lip duo I've got a number 7 lip liner and a 17 gloss, and that is what's going to be in my makeup bag. Good morning everyone. It is very early, it's like 7:10 and I have definitely not had enough sleep, but I've got a lot to be getting on with today, so I'm up. I'm just gonna get ready, and if I'm tired, I'm tired. Today I'm actually working with Specsavers at the moment for some content for their TikTok. I believe it's for TikTok, but some content for them, so you won't see it on my socials, but you may see it as like ads on TikTok and stuff. So I need to go and have an eye test, but I'm making 3 videos for them. 2 of them need to be filmed here, and then 1 of them needs to be filmed at the eye test. So that is kind of my job for the... Sorry, my camera just died. Yeah, that is my job for today. Well, for this morning. Anyway, I'm going to film them, but I'm not going to edit them and stuff until tomorrow, because I want to try and squeeze in a couple more declutters before I need to leave. Later on, I'm going to an event with Jess to help her film some brand work that she's working on, and then straight from there I'm going to Norwich to house sit for my mum. So the plan of action today is to get Specsavers done this morning and then spend the rest of the day decluttering until it's time to go out. We've got a lot to pack in. Hair and makeup is done. Okay, I'm gonna get on with all this stuff for Specsavers. I will focus on that for a bit, and then I'll come back to you guys once that's all done, and hopefully we can do some declutters. This is the outfit for Specsavers. Every time I remember this skirt, I just get relieved because it's just so easy. It goes with everything. Oh my god, I've been chopping onions. The tears are so real, and I've tried everything. I've tried all the tricks. Well, I've tried a spoon in the mouth. That's like the main one, isn't it? So actually I haven't tried all the tricks. Onions. Ugh, they just really affect me. Anyway, I'm making some flatbreads for lunch, so I've chopped up 2 peppers and 2 onions, and I'm gonna drizzle them with olive oil. And then I've got some salt, some pepper, some garlic granules, and some paprika, and then I'm gonna roast them for like probably 40 minutes, maybe slightly longer. But yeah, Specsavers is done. It was really interesting actually. Like I said, I haven't had an eye test in far too long. When the optician said to me, yeah, but like how long? I said 10 years, and I actually think that might be true because I'm 28 now, and I don't think I've had one since before I went to uni, so like a really long time. Luckily she said my eyes were very good, which I did think was the case, because obviously you hope you'd notice if your vision was going downhill, but it was very nice to hear. She said that one, I think it was this eye, is a 0.25 or something, and then this one is 0, so 0 is what we want, so that's very good. And then I came home, filmed the other couple of videos as well, and now I'm just putting this in the oven so I can crack on with some packing. Then I'm gonna have lunch, then I'm gonna do my declutters, or maybe I'll just do a quick, so basically I need to spin the wheel, but there are a couple of areas in the bedroom that I want to go through that aren't on the wheel, so I actually think I'm just gonna do a couple of declutters for the vlog while this is cooking, and then I'll pack. Okay, let's crack on with some declutters in the bedroom department. Okay, so I just came in my room to do a declutter. Please ignore the laundry that's on the bed. But the parcel has just arrived, so I've got absolutely no idea what's in it. Let's find out together. Ooh, what have we got here? Bobby Brown. Even the inside of the box is very cool. Okay, what is this then? It's like a case. God. This is so luxurious. Oh my god, I could definitely use this case. That's a fantastic piece of storage equipment. Stop it. Okay, so it is a vitamin rich face base, which is fantastic by the way, a foundation brush, and 3 different shades of the new Bobbi Brown foundation, the weightless skin foundation. I'm gonna bring this to Norwich. I want to try it. So excited about that. Okay, anyway, on to the task at hand. I still haven't started the declutter, but I had to take a phone call and then I got distracted, and now it's time to plate up lunch. So I've got 2 Greek style flatbreads from Sainsbury's. These have been in the oven just for a few minutes, but so they're really nice and soft. You've definitely seen me do this before, right? But it's been a while. Sorry, I was just moving my halloumi around a bit. So now I'm gonna pop a big dollop, probably 2 big dollops of hummus on each of these flatbreads. The good news is, because we're going away later, I can use the whole pot of hummus. Well, it's not a whole pot, but I can use what's left of it, which is quite a lot. Now it's time for the roasted veggies. They're done really well actually. Often when I make this for lunch, I forget how long it actually takes for the vegetables to get like really nicely roasted, and I don't leave long enough. But today, I left it for like probably 45 minutes or so in total, and they're the perfect texture. I love having this for lunch because it is effectively a whole pepper and a whole onion each. So like veg wise it's pretty good, but also it's just really filling. And then I'm going to take the halloumi, pop that on top there as well, and lastly absolutely douse it in sriracha so it's nice and like not spicy bits but got a bit of a kick to it. And that is my ideal lunch for a day when I need it to really fill me up and when I've got plenty of time to make it. Although I finished it a bit too early and Charlie's still on a call, so I hope he doesn't last too much longer. Well, his is going to be cold. So, as I think I said earlier in this video, Charlie and I are planning like a little mini bedroom makeover, and the idea for this is, to be honest, to really strip it back to like very plain and boring, kind of so that we can then imagine it as a bit of a blank canvas and try and figure out what we want to do from there. But I think at the moment I've lived in this bedroom for like 6 years, and a lot of the stuff I put up towards the beginning of that time, a lot of the stuff on the walls and stuff, and I feel like I've outgrown it a little bit. I just feel like I want to kind of level it up a bit now that I'm in my like late 20s. So yeah, I think some might describe it as sucking the life out of it. I think we've both had a lot of change recently and we're both really stressed, and just having like a nice calm oasis for a little while would be really good. And then if we choose to then make it more exciting in the future, then we've got a nice blank canvas to work from, is what I'm saying. But anyway, a very long time ago I put up this little magazine rack on the wall here because I thought this wall looked empty. For context, the wall is literally that big. It's not big at all. But what I wanted to do was put 2 of these up. And as you can see up here, these ones are properly drilled in with screws. I did it myself. And then I tried to do the same up here, and I think it was on this one I hit some sort of metal pipe, and luckily nothing burst or anything, nothing went wrong, but I went, oh, okay, probably shouldn't do that. So then I tried to put the second one up with command strips and it wouldn't hold. So ever since then I've just had a command strip up there like, oh god, like blocking the damage. So we are going to paint and polyfiller a couple of bits in this room anyway, so let's assess. Oh no, that's not a good sign. I've never had a problem with command strips before. Oh my god, that is quite bad actually. As I said, this was really not long after me moving into the house, and I would like to think that my DIY skills have come on significantly since then, but this is the state of the wall. As you can see, this one is particularly bad, but they all just need a bit of polyfiller and a lick of paint, and then we'll be fine, right? But then obviously I also have this, which is going to come off the wall because, to be honest, it's not really used for any useful storage. It looks quite cluttered and I can't get it off the wall. Hang on. It's absolutely full to the brim and I don't even know what's in here, so it can't be anything too useful. And I just feel like it's probably all stuff that could just live somewhere else if I could even get it off the wall, which I can't. Right, let's empty it first. A lot of programs and playbills and cards by the looks of things. Now that it's empty, can I get it off the wall? No, how on earth do I... Okay, I think I need a screwdriver. My very large toolkit saves the day once again. Right, I've had to turn a fan on because it's so hot in here, but I finally got it off the wall. But now I have these stupid like roll plug things in here, the little red things. You can see those, so I'm going to try and use these to just sort of yank them out. I think that's what you're meant to do. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think I'm gonna really regret doing this, because you know, like when you it's a bit like when you start clearing out like a really messy cupboard or whatever, and about halfway through you think, why on earth did I even start this? The problem with this, oh my god, I've just made that worse. The problem with this is that obviously as soon as this stuff comes out, the wall really needs to be like polyfilled and sorted. So yeah, I have a feeling I might regret this, but ultimately it is for the best. The bit of it that's inside of the wall just doesn't seem to want to come out. Wait, Charlie's done it. My hero. I was being useless, but he has sorted it out now. But now we've got these nice big holes in the wall that need polyfiller. So that's a when we're back from Norwich problem, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that one. I tried to do that.
I did.
Clearly not.
I did try. I'm just a weak little baby.
Yeah, who put these in?
Me. Does that explain a lot?
I think that this was, I think the hole was too small.
What do you reckon?
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thanks for your feedback. It was me like 5 years ago.
So, I've done it. It wasn't that hard. It was just thinking outside of the box.
Yeah. And now I need to go through everything that was in there.
Putting a screw in there and then using this. So
yeah, see, I was just trying to yank it out with those, but Charlie put a screw in and then like pulled it.
Because it gives it more leverage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hashtag man things.
Don't play into gender stereotypes.
You were trying to put this in there. You were trying to get something that's flush to the wall. How did you expect to get any leverage on it?
Well, I hadn't really expected anything. I didn't think it through.
Well, she clearly couldn't live without me, so...
I'm a creative.
If that's what the excuse needs to be, then that's what the excuse needs to be.
Okay, well, now that that's significantly worse, well, no, it's better, but the wall looks a lot worse. I'm going to go through everything that was in there. This big pile here, I've got a 6 programme, a couple of cards that I forgot I bought, so I'm going to add these to my card collection, which is now kept elsewhere. A playbill from the last time I was in New York. We went to see Some Like It Hot. Oh my god, this is a magazine from Norwich, and it was the first time one of my pictures was ever printed in a magazine. And it says, YouTuber Amy Astrid vlogs about style, makeup and skincare, and sometimes sings too. Not anymore. Her media monthly videos are a great place to discover new things to read, watch or listen to. And then I said, I picked a pair of high-waisted tapered trousers from River Island for £38 as my staple for spring summer. I love the fit, the bold stripes, and they are so comfy. I remember when they asked me to shoot this for this, and it was snowing, and they wanted me to shoot like spring outfits, and so I had to rope a friend to come to like a garden centre with me so it looked vaguely outside, and there was literally snow on the ground. I had to like crop it out because they needed the photos obviously before the magazine went to print. And then I said, I've lifted the look for spring with a flash of colour, pairing the trousers with my oversized yellow denim jacket. I loved that denim jacket from H&M, platform Puma trainers from Shoe, and a feel good slogan tee. I think it literally said feel good from River Island, and then it had my YouTube URL. And that is my first magazine feature.
Oh really?
So yeah, so I won't get rid of this, I will keep it, but I've got 2 of them just in case. It's got the sandpaper out already. Then I've got a couple of Les Mis programs. I probably don't realistically need to keep these. I don't really collect programs anymore because it was just getting a bit out of hand, and I didn't really know like what to do with them because I realistically never look back through them, so it felt a bit silly, and I pretty much do still feel like that, to be honest. Like, do I need to keep these? I know a lot of people do, but I just feel like they really clutter everywhere up. Then I've got one from The Bodyguard. I love The Bodyguard. I've got one from The Phantom of the Opera. I've got one from The Lion King. I've got one from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I've got one from Hairspray in Norwich. I've got one from Aspects of Love, which I saw last year, which is a really weird plot, by the way. It's an Andrew Lloyd Webber show, which should say it all, but there is just so much about it. I went with my friend Abby, and we were watching it going, wait, what? No, what? all the time. Like, I do actually want to do a video one day about like some of Andrew Lloyd Webber's weirdest musical plots, because my god, there are some strange ones, and this is up there. But yeah, I don't really know what to do, because I sort of feel like kind of sad to get rid of them, but also I'll probably never think about it again once they're gone, you know. I think if I'd really kept it up and got one every time I went to the theatre, well, my collection would be gigantic, but I'd be more inclined to keep them. But like, there's not really any significance to these productions over other productions for me, so it feels a bit weird to just hang on to some programmes, you know. These are some cute little post-it notes, some playbills from when we went to New York. We saw Parade. This is the reason for the trip. I love Parade so much. It's one of my favourite shows. It's quite harrowing, but I don't know why, it just really kind of struck a chord with me the first time I ever listened to it. And I'd never seen it performed professionally, and then I heard that Ben Platt was going to be starring in it, and I said, does anyone want to go to New York? Because I'm going. And Maria and Jess came with me, and we watched this and Some Like It Hot. And yeah, so I've got all 3 of the playbills from that. See, that is what I will hold on to, because I feel like that's got significance for me. Couple more cards I bought. I like to stock up on cards so that I've got like a bit of a stash and I don't panic and buy one that I don't love. I feel like I'm getting a lot of dust in my throat. I've got my Justin Bieber Purpose World Tour booklet. Again, I don't really know what to do, because like, I can't really ever imagine throwing this away, but there's not even that much in it. Like, it's a lot of artwork, but not really that holds any significance for me. Teenage Amy would be actually horrified that I'd even suggested it. But like, I know I went to the Purpose Tour, and there's all the content I would ever need about that online if I were to Google it. So I probably don't need to keep this, right? I don't know, it feels so weird. It's so weird trying to make the transition from like being a bit of a hoarder to being really sensible, because I think now I'm far better at not bringing new things into the house. Like, if I go to a show, I don't buy a programme now, but I don't really know what to do with the older ones, because like, it just feels really wasteful to get rid of them. And like, obviously I paid money for them at one point, but I've already paid money for them whether they're cluttering my house up or not, so I should probably get rid, right? I think probably. And then I've got my Newsies programme. I actually already have one of these in the other room that sits on the piano. Newsies is my #1 fave. And I waited, I wish I still had the playbill from when I went when I was a teenager in New York, but I waited for it to come to the UK for like years and years, so that one's a little bit sentimental to me as well, so I will keep that. But so out of all of that, I think the only bits I'm keeping are these and the cards, which I have another spot for. So just as I suspected, that piece of metal cluttering up this wall really didn't need to be there. Okay, let's move on. The doorbell just rang again with another PR parcel, and guys, I've received some fantastic things doing this job, but this is really something. McVitie's Digestives Seriously Chocolatey. I love chocolate digestives. Introducing Seriously Chocolatey Digestives, the latest addition to the McVitie's family and our most chocolatey digestive yet. Ah, you bet. Ow. Featuring a rich cocoa biscuit, dark chocolate chips, and topped with a smooth layer of milk chocolate. They are seriously chocolatey. And then they've sent me a mug to have a cup of tea in. And I just said to Charlie I was going to have a cup of tea with these. And 3 packets of seriously chocolatey digestives. I've made it, guys.
Wow, it's been warm.
Are they melted?
They are melting.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that looks good.
Reminds me of like a bottom of a bowl, like a bourbon.
Yeah, it does look a bit like that. Taste it, come on.
They're not lying when they say it's chocolatey.
Is it really chocolatey? Is it good?
Oh. Oh. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Well, who cares about my opinion? Charlie says unbelievable, Jeff. Well, we've got 3 packets to get through, so I'm glad you like them.
We've got a long journey later.
True. God, that really is chocolatey. It tastes a bit like a penguin. Mmm. So good. Okay, so the next corner of the room that is really in need of a bit of something is this section. This is actually where the rack was on the wall just there. So you can see how like this side of the room has just looked like really messy and stressful. And obviously like when we're asleep, the beds, I'm sitting on the bed now, that is kind of like what we look at a lot of the time when we're sitting in bed. So I just want it like clean and clear. So basically I'm going to take those bits off the back of the door and I'm going to sort through all of those, and the aim of the game is to find new homes for all of this stuff, because I have given myself several chances to keep it tidy down there, and I've made it clear that I actually just can't be trusted with it, so it's going. Okay, so up here we have a pair of Charlie's trousers and a jacket that belongs to Charlie, so I'm going to hang this up in the jackets cupboard. And then we've also got this rucksack, which is mine. Basically, in this corner of the room, I tend to keep like tote bags, rucksacks, bags that aren't my handbags, and then I've also got a couple of makeup bags here from when I was cleaning out my makeup yesterday, because we washed them and they were out to dry, and I grabbed them and chucked them down here, God knows why. So obviously I found a different storage solution for my makeup for now, but I do really like how spacious these bags are, so I'm going to keep hold of them for next time I want to move everything around a bit. And then I know that in this bag was everything that was in the laundry cupboard last week that didn't belong in there. So there's another makeup bag, some Wonder Web for like hemming clothes, and a top. So I'm going to put this in the wash, the pads in the bathroom, don't know what to do with the Wonder Web. And then this bag is an interesting one because I don't use it very often, but I do really like it, and it's the only bag that I have that is as big as this, so I feel like it would be silly to get rid of it, right? I do have one shelf in my locker that is currently empty. Oh, there's another. The door is ringing again. Oh, that was the postman again. I was hoping it would be more biscuits, but no, it was actually a parcel for a neighbour. And then I had to say, no, sorry, I can't take it because I'm literally going out in like an hour, and then I'm going to Norwich, so like I can't take someone else's parcel. But I always feel really bad doing that, even though it's always true. I've got a couple of purses here that I love. They're so pretty, but like I just don't really use purses. A card holder, yeah, but these are so big, you know. Ooh, oh, it's a receipt. I thought it was money. Oh, I have, whoa. Not to brag, guys, I just found 55p in this purse. I think I can get rid of this, but it's in quite good condition, so I'm going to take it to the charity shop, I think. Charlie's belt. He always hangs his belts on the back of this door, and then obviously as the door handle opens they fall off, and then he gets annoyed that he can't find them. And then I've got lots of bags like this, sort of like tote baggy, bags for life type stuff. There's an ice cream van outside, that's tempting. And then I've got this Disney World rucksack, which I don't really know what to do with because I never really use it. It's in very good condition, but when I go to Disney World I don't want to be carrying around a bag as big as this, and I don't really use it day to day. I've got like one rucksack, I don't even know where it is, that I do sometimes use to like lug my laptop around London. But yeah, I feel like maybe this should go on Vinted. And then as for this one, I love this. It was like, basically I've had a lot of back problems my whole life, and so for a while I was told not to carry bags around on my shoulders. I should probably still take that advice, and to use rucksacks. So I tried to buy a few that I really liked the look of, and I really like the look of this one. And I think realistically I've not used this in years. If it went missing I probably wouldn't notice, so I think that means I should probably take it to the charity shop. More tote bags, more tote bags. I actually really like this one. This is a Paula's Choice one, but I just really like the little Cupid design. With all the events and stuff that I go to for work, I end up coming away with a lot of tote bags, so they just sort of breed in my house, it feels like. Then I've got this like massive Michael Kors bag that I absolutely was desperate for when I was a teenager, and then a few family members bought it for me for my birthday, and then I was so terrified to wear it that I rarely wore it out the house. I would just have it on my desk and like stare at it and love it. And then one day I decided that was silly and I did need to wear it out, and I wore it out to the Waffle House in Norwich, which is a restaurant, and it was sitting on the floor, and the waitress accidentally dropped a berry smoothie and it went face down straight into the bag, so then I had to get it like professionally cleaned. So yeah, it's in like perfect condition. Do I try and sell it maybe? Because I just don't really use bags this big, but will I at some point? I don't know. Also, I kind of feel like I'm not really a massive gold bag kind of gal anymore. I did love it so much though, and it holds like a lot of really lovely memories. Maybe I should put it on Vinted so someone else gets to love it. Then I've got this like sports bag. I never go to the gym, but I really hope that at some point I will go back. So I don't really want to get rid of it. Do I? But I didn't really use it anyway. Okay, it's going on Vinted. I don't use it right now, and it's just taking up space. Then I've got this bag, which is my like airport bag. This is so handy because it's got the crossbody strap and the normal handles, but basically it goes straight over the handles of my suitcase here, like this. It's by Antler and it matches my suitcase and it makes me feel very chic and put together. So I love this bag and I will be keeping it. I think maybe I'll keep the tote bags that I'm keeping in this bag and then they can all go somewhere together for now. My Lillet tote bag, I actually love this tote bag because I think it looks very like chic. Something about the font and the colours. So definitely keeping hold of that one. And then what do we have in here? More tote bags. I'm actually going to put quite a lot of these on Vinted, I think, because it's just a bit out of hand. My Stranger Things tote bag, this one can stay. I am so excited for the last season of Stranger Things. I need to try and binge all the rest of it before then because I want it like fresh in my mind. Okay, I've been through all of the tote bags and now the only things that are left is this like kind of wickery bag, which I think I am gonna get rid of, and then this bag which my boyfriend bought me for Christmas. I think it was Christmas, and it's got my initials on and it fits like a laptop and literally anything you could ever need in it, so love that, and that will be staying. So I'm going to put this one inside of it and then I'm going to keep that, the makeup bags and one of the purses, and that's it. Let me see if I can squeeze these into my locker. It is absolutely screaming to come up on the declutter wheel in here. There is stuff everywhere. But I think if I clear a little bit of space, then I might be able to squeeze them in. There we go. It's not a permanent solution, but it's good enough for now. And then the makeup bags can all just sort of be squeezed in up there. Actually, I've just realised I don't think this space is on the wheel. I need to check that. Okay, done. Okay, fantastic. It is actually a miracle how much calmer this side of the room looks if you ignore the holes in the wall over there. And yes, maybe I did sort of shove some of the clutter elsewhere to be sorted out later, but a win is a win. And I need to pack for Norwich. Mostly, I just can't believe that I can fully open this door into the corridor. That door has literally not been able to sit flat like that since the day I moved in, I don't think. That is a game changer. I was just running so late, I stressed myself out for no reason. I should have just stopped doing all my stuff earlier and started packing, but I just didn't. And I've got no excuse for it, but here we are. Luckily I'm only late to meet Jess and she won't mind too much. So I am just waiting for the Lizzie line. I've chosen a route that comes via the Lizzie line today rather than going on the central line because I just could not face going on the tube without any aircon, so I'm hoping the Lizzie line's aircon is working. And yeah, we'll be in central shortly. Charlie ran into the shop and got me a little drink just before I left, which is so helpful because honestly if I'd been on these tubes in this heat without a drink I actually think I might have passed out. I sound like I'm being so dramatic, but my god, it is extreme. We stopped for a bit of food in Box Park and we're just now and we're on our way to the event and it's raining so heavily. I feel like I'm like under a sprinkler.
It's like really thick droplets as well. They're like, yeah, they're heavy. Like the rain, there isn't a large quantity of rain, but the raindrops are heavy.
They're so heavy. I'm like soaked through. We've only been in it for like 30 seconds.
My t-shirt.
Yeah, you're about to be tits in the wind, I'm afraid.
See-through very short.
Right, we just got absolutely drenched, but luckily they actually had t-shirts at this event, so I've taken my wet one off and I've changed into a personal t-shirt, which is so handy. I just made a joke about being absolutely dripping wet and the guy was like, do you want a t-shirt? And I was like, oh, actually, yes, please.
You've just done it for me, sir.
I just never really expected to be in like a disused, like sort of, is this like an underground tunnel?
Yeah, it's definitely giving tunnel. It's like
with Purcell in this rave here.
Yeah, not really on my bingo card for the year, but here we are.
Here we are.
And we just started lighting up.
Hey, it's like being at the Eras tour. And here's Craig David as well. This is so fun. It was so loud in there. But Charlie picked me up and now we are driving back to Norfolk. Whenever we drive from London to Norfolk, basically there's a sign. I've been noticing it for years. As you come into Norfolk, there's quite a lot of like army bases and stuff. So the sign says Thetford Ranges, as in like shooting ranges. But for literally at least 6 or 7 years, actually longer than that, probably more like 8 years I've been noticing it, there is someone who comes in and vandalises the signs
So rather than saying Thetford Ranges, it says Thetford Oranges. And then the council will come and clean it off, and then they'll put the O back on the front so it says oranges again. And I love it. It's like my favourite piece of completely harmless vandalism. So whenever we come in, we go, do you think it's going to be oranges today? And it was oranges today.
I've just had a quick look on Google, and there's a news article, and it says, while it's unclear just how long the battle has continued, social media posts relating to it date back to October 2015.
Yeah, see, and I probably remember it from about 2016, so actually, like...
So it's nearly 10 years.
Yeah, sort of. That's crazy.
Which is hilarious, because...
So funny.
If you are watching this, which I highly doubt if you are the person or people that do it...
If you are, I'm very... If the Thetford Oranges culprit is watching this vlog, I'm going to be beside myself.
You're like
maybe I'm the culprit.
Yeah. And also, I want to know kind of just the practicalities of it. Is it
like, do they just jump out on the side of the road or what? Like, it's like a major motorway.
And like, what do you use? Do you use like a felt tip pen?
Sometimes it looks like spray paint, and other times it looks like a sticker. And I feel like a sticker would maybe be quicker.
Yeah, to be honest, if you're...
But today it was a tiny little O.
It was a disappointing O, and
it looked like it was with Sharpie.
And I reckon it wasn't the same person.
Do you think? I just love like silly little things that are like
harmless fun.
Yeah, harmless fun. A bit mischievous, but like mischievous isn't how you say that word, is it? It's mischievous.
Mischievous.
Bit mischievous. That feels wrong.
Why
mischievous.
Yeah, because I've always said mischievous.
I don't know. But anyway, I love harmless mischief.
Yeah.
And that is what that is. No one's offended by Thetford Oranges. But I do want to know how much of the council's budget has been taken up over the years, like, just in cleaning it up.
So we're nearly there, and we shall see you probably tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
Night.
We're both so tired.
Night.
But night.
Good morning from Norwich. It's very sunny today, which is fantastic. We've just been for a very nice breakfast at Burr Street Kitchen, which is one of my faves. And now we are on our way to John Lewis because we've got a christening to go to tomorrow. So I need to buy a christening present, but I've never bought a christening present before. I don't really know what you buy for christenings, so I've been Googling it. We're just going to see what they've got. Morning. That was very quiet. Very timid from you.
Yeah, I've just eaten loads.
Have you ever been to a christening?
I went to my own christening.
Oh, actually, I have. I've been to one other christening a few years ago.
Yeah, you've been to a christening?
Yeah.
Your own?
My own as well, yeah.
And someone else's?
And I will have gone to my sister's as well.
I've never been to someone else's. Yes, I've never been to anyone else's.
Yeah, I have actually been to one christening since I was an adult, maybe like 6 years ago. Hello everyone, it is now Sunday, so we went to the christening yesterday and it was lovely. It was so nice just to like catch up with loads of my my oldest friends. Twinkle, come here. We're looking after Twinkle today, which is my family dog, but she normally lives with my dad, but obviously I'm house sitting for my mum. My sister's here as well, and we've got Twinkle staying tonight. So yeah, it's very nice to come back and catch up with everyone, and I'm hoping to have a very chilled week next week, although actually like we do have quite a lot planned, and every time I come to Norwich I say I'm gonna have a chilled week and then everything just gets really booked up really quickly because I want to see everyone. But hopefully we'll be fairly quiet. So what I would like from you guys is some TV and film recommendations, please, or even just like good YouTube videos or YouTubers that you watch, because I'm hoping to actually have some like downtime this week to really chill. Hi Twinkle. Twinkle's had a haircut. Doesn't she look cute? She looks like a little teddy.
She looks like a little puppy again.
Yeah. My favourite thing that I've watched over the last couple of weeks is a YouTube video called The Hackney Mole Man. If you haven't seen it or you don't know what I'm talking about, I really recommend watching it.
It's fantastic.
Basically, it's about a man, it's true obviously, who used to live in Hackney and dug tunnels underneath his house. And I can't stop thinking about it. It was just a really well made YouTube video. I'll link it in the description. Last night we started watching All Quiet on the Western Front, which was fantastic. They're like half an hour of it that we saw, but it was very heavy. So we decided to save the rest of that for another day. And Charlie really wanted to watch The Invention of Lying. which is one of your favourite films, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Love it.
So we started watching it, but then predictably I fell asleep. So I haven't finished that yet. But yeah, please give me some TV and film recommendations for the next week or so. And I think that's everything for this week's vlog. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed.
I have.
It's quite nice being in Norwich so I can have a little break from the declutters next week, because the following week we're going back into like full-blown declutter, like redoing the bedroom and everything mode. So I'm looking forward to getting back, but I'm really looking forward to having a bit of a relax.
So it's not this week coming up, just for everyone's expectations, it's the following week.
Yeah, so if you're only in it for the declutters, you're out of luck next week. But actually I do have a few going up on TikTok next week still that I've pre-filmed. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.
Bye.